What's up guys, I'm Popo, and today I want to show you guys how to resample your melodies that you create. This way you can create drum programs with them and chop them up like the regular workflow on any other MPC. So let's get right into it. Today we're going to be using the Yamaha C7. Just going to be using soft, whatever. I'm going to make an 8-bar loop and then stretch it out a little bit, maybe add some more stuff over it, chop it up onto the 64 keys and show you that workflow, because it's the whole reason why we got this. So let's get right into it. Cool, so we got a little loop going, and like if you saw what I did, I just doubled my 4-bar and I wrapped another key around it. So I got 8 bars, okay? It's really not much. I could keep going 64 bars to a whole song, but this is good enough for what we're doing today. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this track and bounce it to a sample right here. All I did was I hit the pencil in the middle right here, track, and I bounced to a sample. Exporting track. So now what I want to do is go to track 2. I'll go to empty track. Hit my drums. Make sure you're on the empty track. And we're going to hit edit samples. This is the sample that we bounced, right? First thing that I want to do, I want to process this. I want to normalize it. If you tap this function screen, it opens up every option you have when you double tap there. So we're going to hit process, function, same thing. All I'm going to do is normalize this. Do it. Okay, now we have a good, nice, big chop. Down here at the bottom, you'll see trim, chop. And you'll see a little bitty arrow right here too. Anytime you see this little arrow here, you'll have to hit a shift button. Okay? So it brings up more options. What we're going to do here, we're going to trim this. I like it the way it is. You can end your start and end points here. We're going to go to chop. You can do this by threshold, and what that does, it'll break it up into each off and on point the best way possible in the threshold settings right here. Me, I want to stretch it across the keys. On the pads, I would do beat per minute, and I would just, or threshold 16 regions, and then just do it right there on the pads. But now that we have it on the MPC keys, I want to stretch them across my keys. So I'm going to put this for 64 regions, or if you only want to do 32, it'll stop dead center of your keyboard. This way you can have another 32 on this side. If you want to play a synth on this side and samples on this side, you can do that. But I'm just going to stretch them full all the way across the keys to show you the low note and the high note work. So right here, you're like, okay, I got my chops and everything. How do I get that? That's where that shift button comes in. You hold down shift, and we already did the processing. All we got to do now is convert it. We're going to convert new drum program using slices. Again, there's other options in here, but we're not messing with that. You can get into clips and all kinds of cool stuff and just make a bunch of loops in the same tempo and have them fire off. It's very, very cool. These are all very powerful. But we're just going to do with new drum program using slices. We're going to hit do it, and that's it. We're done with that. We can go ahead and go back to the main screen, and over here we still have nothing when we hit the keys, but when we change our drum program, it'll say bounce track, and now we have our chops. Let me show you. Now we have our chops. What's cool about this is now you can go to your mixer. I haven't even been to the mixer on here, but we're here. You tap right there. Let me zoom in here. You select what you see, and all I'm going to do is insert like a little delay, okay? I'm not going to get into the new effects or anything like that. I like the old ones still. Delay analog sync. I hit this pencil. I'm going to change it to quarter delay. I'm going to get out of here, back to my main. And now I can go ahead and of course, you're going to have to sit there and find your chops the way that you want them, but it just really opens up a new way to go about finding them. Like on the MPC pads, there's no way I can go from bank A, pad 1, to bank H, pad 1, this fast. Period. You can't do it. That was sweet, right? You can kind of use that. Again, guys, it wasn't about making a song, it was about showing you that workflow, okay? Again, all we did, we loaded up a plugin, we played some bars over it, and we ended up with 8 bars. I hit the pencil, we went over here, bounced it to a sample, went to an empty track, and then we hit the drums, made sure it was there, and we assigned that sample after we chopped it, of course. That was bad. So we're going to go ahead and hit edit samples, find your sample that you bounced, trim, chop, regions 61 or however many you want, and then you got to hit that shift button and then convert it to a new drum program using slices, and then you hit your main button and you're right back to and that's not the song that I played in the beginning. The song was like this. Again, if you have a 16-bar loop, it gives you a lot more variation from the down here to up here. I would recommend doing a whole 64-bar loop song and then stretching it across. Wipe out your drums, resample that shit, and put it back in, and it's fire. Alright guys, I'm Popo, and I'll see you guys on the next one.